Last week I was reading a book that Yonael suggested, Unreasonable Hospitality. There's a lot of interesting topics that book raised. But more importantly, Yonael is now the general manager, or you're running as the CEO.
Operations director. Don't get me fired.
Don't get me fired, yeah. I had a conversation with Thaddeus, his father, and the founder of Kurifu Resorts and Spa, which is an amazing establishment. Congratulations on this long years of perfect services in hospitality. But I was just browsing through the book, and I was thinking, what is the mystery for the longevity of Kurifu Resorts? Because there are resorts or hotels that open up here and there, but like sustaining, and especially during COVID, I actually had a conversation with him as well. We were Zooming, we did not have this in-person contact. But what is the reason behind the longevity for Kurifu?
I guess, my father, he brought it to such a high standard back in the day. And then, of course, COVID came in, and then things dipped. There was no occupancy. We had no business. Yeah. And then I was inside the Entoto Park for 9 months with him working on this project. And then when it came back, the business was starting to boom a little bit. Everybody was focused on domestic tourism. And then we kind of had to start running again. And then we had to rebuild. And what we realized is that Kurifu is mainly focused on this Kaizen approach, on incremental improvement. So we really had to figure out what was our foundation, kind of refocus on our values, get all the directors' roles filled up again, because we have a corporate team that handles the standards and the more operational detail per department. For example, food and beverage director, rooms division director. After that happened, we kept on consolidating and really focusing. We have our monthly meetings, monthly inspections. We take every single guest feedback very seriously. Without feedback, we would be nothing at this point. It comes through word of mouth, somebody calling me and yelling at me saying, how could this happen? It could be from social media, TripAdvisor. So we take feedback very seriously, and then this has helped us to keep on moving forward, because you know what your faults are on a daily basis.
So you see the gaps as you're doing periodic assessments or evaluations. You will get to see what's working, what's not, and then try to formulate it in a better manner.
I agree.
So okay, taking risks in hospitality, and by the way, the regions and the spaces you guys pick are just insane. That's what I mean, because what is that? The confidence that comes with Thaddeus and you and your entire team, by the way, is very different. What is your reasoning behind scaling up? As you told me, incremental, but how do you take that much confidence and say, we're going to conquer this?
I guess maybe the riskiest project that everybody was probably thinking about is the African village.
Yeah.
So this project, I think the idea came when I was might have been in college, and then my father already secured the land, and then he's been working on this project for years. And the location at the time, there was not much, just he saw a view of Addis Ababa, like a 360-degree view, and he said, I have to build something here. He's really been thinking about Pan-Africanism, how can we push this theme? So he said, why don't we put one villa for every single African country?
Yeah.
So as a result, that concept came from there. So at the time, a lot of people, because of security risks and issues, they didn't have much confidence in the project.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, my father really doesn't care.
I know.
When it comes to risk, he goes straight at it. So we said we need to really just bunker down on what is our theme, what is our core concept, how are we going to drive people to come there? Because there's hotels opening up left and right, resorts opening up left and right, cafes, restaurants. Our market is being diluted. So what you have to do is the differentiation. And one of our core values is cultural integrity. So how do we make this like a presidential suite that speaks to Africans and then also celebrates Africans? Because we only have the AU Summit to celebrate the continent.
The Pan-African idea or concept, you're right.
So now what we've done is we've already done Kenya month, we've done South African month, where we work with the embassies and other private stakeholders or government to really fill up the rooms with decor items. On top of that, we bring in a chef from their country. We have an a la carte menu, brunch activations, and different pop-ups. So the next country, of course, is Ethiopia, coming up this weekend. And then we have Uganda, Ghana will eventually happen in 2026. So now it's just the programming is what we're working on, but it makes it more interesting, and it's a different experience every single time that you come, which is the main point of it.
And I've seen the view of the city is beautiful. You know, it's like it's a panorama. Like I tried to take a picture of it with my phone, I couldn't get it through. You know, but it's a very, very beautiful view. So amazing, amazing work on that.
Thank you.
So as you're progressing, you know, different kinds of teams you have to select and different kind of projects. Like how involved are you, one, and like in the project selections, and what makes you like more invested in growing more, and what keeps you pushing there?
So when it comes to the project selection, it's usually with our CEO. If he finds something interesting, then he'll say, let's all take a look. We'll do a site visit. Everybody will complain or they'll be on the same side.
Yeah.
And then if it's really the best idea, we'll all side with him and then we'll just start. Not really based on feasibility studies and too much, you know, this and that. If it was my way, I might do some different things, but this worked this way so far. Even when it comes to expansions, it's based off of a whim, based off of a need, but not really based off of a study. So that's kind of how we jump into these new projects. And what really pushes us now to move forward is that we don't want to be irrelevant as a brand. We want to keep ourselves at this top of mind branding. We want to make sure that people see the effort that we put into it every single day. This is our bread and butter. It's not just an investment for us. You know, we want to be the pioneers for African hospitality. We want to be bringing our brand not just within Ethiopia, but outside to the continent and beyond. And for that to happen, you need to take it seriously. You need to make sure that your SOPs are intact, that your design process is intact, and that whatever project that you work on has full energy, because we have a lot of projects. So the biggest way to really go down is when you neglect your existing properties. That's why we always have to keep on improving.
That's amazing. Let's end it on a personal note, because when you said with the CEO, I remember Thaddeus telling me, he's like, there's no blueprint. I think, okay, this is where it's going to be and this is where it's going to be.
Yes.
And from a personal perspective, me and you were having a conversation. You were telling me that right out after college, imagine you came and you had no running water. How was that experience like?
Yeah, so my dad's like, I need you to feel like a part of the company.
Yeah.
And as a teenager, I did intern and then I did a rotation. So 1 week I was a dishwasher, 1 week I was kayak boy. I'd work in the spa, not giving massages, but working on inventory. So that kind of paved the way for that. And then when we moved to Ethiopia, I was lucky to have brought 2 of my classmates from Boston University. And then we ended up living in Hora Lake on this, it was like a sample residential property that we're working on. But since it's a sample, it doesn't have water, as you mentioned. We had a tree growing through the toilets. Like, it was a very bizarre experience.
Yeah.
And then we only had light after 6 p.m. So we used to walk down the hill to the road. We would take a bajaj or gari to go to work. We would take showers at the pool house. And then we would take all of our food, like takeaway at nighttime at like 6 or something back. You don't want to encounter the hyenas.
So that was like, how long did this last for, bro?
It was about like 6 months, and then the last straw was that they found a gigantic snake in my room. And then my mom was like, he has to come to Addis. So
right now?
Yeah, so then I joined the marketing department, then food and beverage, operations, and I'm here in operations now.
Amazing. So what's next for Kurifu? What are you guys planning?
Lots of different things. We have Arba Minch that's going to be finalized hopefully in January. This is like 54 rooms, hydrotherapy pool, beautiful conference facility. The massage rooms are individual villas, even the hammam, the gym. Might have like a small water feature as well for the kids. And then virtual golf is going to be there as well. Amazing. We want to really push it to the next level, and we have also 2 restaurants. So that's going to be more of a high-end property that we want to contribute to that area.
Yeah, and Arba Minch is a very beautiful scenery.
Oh, yeah, and the competition is amazing there, and the business flow is amazing. Even to go there, it takes like a week to book a flight.
Right.
So the demand is already there, so it's perfect for us. Outside of that, we're working on a project in Samara that's like 64 rooms, and then Awash we're expanding. We'll probably reopen the 10 rooms very soon, but we're adding another 32 rooms, each with their own swimming pool. Same thing with Arba Minch as well. Because we want people to also enjoy their private spaces. So
that's what's up.
Other than that, everything else is hush hush for now.
He's not spilling the beans. Well, so thank you, Yonel. Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.